Question is, how can I better understand and manage my emotions? All right, that is a really good question. Okay, yeah. The question is about that ki how do I supposed to manage my emotions and like how I- manage, yeah, like is it necessary? It's it's necessary, no? Like I'm gonna tell you example. All right, yeah. So if I'm watching kind of like a something like a comedy skit video, okay, yeah, and I laugh. Okay, laugh, happy is a kind of like something emotion, right? Yeah. So I'm happy, and I'm kind of like a laughing at that moment while watching comedy skit. So am I control that particular emotion? Like basically, should I supposed to not laugh? No, it's not that. Okay, yeah. What I'm trying to tell you is this thing that key happiness, sadness, are these are kind of like a something emotions are actually happen. It's necessary. Okay, yeah. What I'm trying to tell you is this thing when things are became really exaggerated. Okay, yeah. What's exaggerated? Exaggerated means like that ki you are too much happy or too much sad, and when you are in that particular situation, you are taking kind of like a somebody such a decision that you gonna regret. Example, like basically is this thing that ki like today I got the promotion and I said to everyone, भाई आज से मेरा promotion, so आज बम दारू पियेंगे. Okay, so I kind of like collect all my colleagues and went to the bar, and I just kind of like a drink almost like a 1 lakh rupees of alcohol. Is it? Now it's kind of like a 1 lakh rupees of alcohol is a kind of like a something really fucked up thing, because it's a too much amount of money and we drink that much alcohol. Okay, yeah. So basically is this thing na ki we took the decision when I feel really happy, too much happy because I got the promotion, and I took the decision, and after that decision I gonna regret. These exactly things gonna happen. Okay, yeah. Question is that ki how do I supposed to kind of like find that particular exaggerated emotions and control that emotion, because in the end it's not good. Okay, yeah. Because when you take the rational decision, you're gonna regret. Okay, yeah. And rational decision is actually happen when your emotions are kind of like a something exaggerated. Okay, yeah. Like you're thinking about like a really crazy and really kind of like a things, and that then probably is this thing that your emotions are kind of like a something that like really crazy. Okay, yeah. What is exactly is this emotion? Okay, yeah. Well, emotions are actually generated by the brains. Okay, yeah, that is for sure. Okay, yeah. Most of people says that we actually feel emotion through by hearts. Okay, yeah. But it's a kind of like a some phrase of term. It's not that thing. Okay, yeah. Whatever. So question is that how do I supposed to control or manage my emotions? Okay, how do I supposed to do that? Like, am I be kind of like a, such a person that my emotions are really control? Yeah, I am kind of like a something very like my emotions are control. Like I'm not gonna say that my emotions are really flat. No, my emotions are control. Like when I'm kind of like happy, I will happy. When I sad, I rarely became sad, by the way. Alright, yeah. But what I'm trying to tell you is this thing: my emotions are really good. Okay, yeah. Like I'm not kind of like somebody exaggerated all my emotions. No, nothing like that at all. And all the decisions that I took is very wisely regarding about the present and future situation, what will gonna happen, and then I execute that particular decision. So is this thing that key I take very decision very wisely, and I control my emotions very wisely too. Alright, yeah. So how did I did that? What kind of like some of the things that I did to manage my emotions or control my emotions? How did I do that? Well, how did I do that? Well, um, first of all, is that key I do self talk with myself. Alright, yeah. Like this is the thing that you are actually hearing. It's called artifact episode. Okay, I am recording this artifact episode since 2015 every single day. By the way, alright, yeah. In this artifact episode, I just talk about all the things that actually happened in my life in a day. Okay, and then I ask bunch of questions to myself regarding about this stuff and that stuff and that stuff. Okay, which kind of like a simply helped me a lot to kind of like a simply wait, okay, like it kind of like a simply helped me a lot to kind of like a think wisely. Okay, um because of I talk to myself, I kind of like a think very deeply. Okay, think very kind of like a something like that key. I don't know how do I supposed to explain this thing. Okay, if you kind of like a do self talk yourself, then probably it's kind of like a something very wonderful experience. Okay, why it's wonderful experience? Well, probably is this thing na ki this kind of like a something self, I don't know how it's this like if I'm gonna say this stuff like I feel really good about this thing and that thing, you won't be gonna feel, you won't be gonna kind of like a simply feel the gravity of the artifact episode or kind of like a some self-talk thing. Okay, um you could kind of like a do this thing by yourself. Okay, and you could understand who you are, what you are, you kind of like a simply understand yourself better. Okay, like then why we need a kind of like some self-talk? Like if I kind of like a talk to someone else, will it be good? Well, yeah, you could do that. Yeah, if you kind of like a simply have kind of like a, such a person that you could talk and you could share with a lot of things, you could do that too. But probably is this thing that I'm not really sure. Why? Because I didn't really have any experience regarding about this. It's a kind of like a little less experience that I have about this topic. Okay, so probably is this saying that key like if you are being really comfortable with the talk to the someone and you could kind of like a something share such a deep connection with that particular person, you could do that. Okay, but important thing is that do you trust that person? If you trust this person, then you could go through it. Okay, if you have kind of like a something like that the connection between that person is a kind of like a very deeply, or I don't know, dude. Yeah, it's like basically what I'm trying to tell you is this thing. You are kind of like a telling yourself your entire life to that particular person. Okay, is this person trustful? Yeah, if that person is your wife, then obviously you could do that because right now you are obligated with that particular person legally. Like I don't know, yeah. But is this thing? I don't know, dude. It's up to you. Okay, yeah, it's up to you. How do you kind of like handle that situation, or how do you trust that person? It's up to you. Um, do I suggest that thing? I don't know. I haven't really experienced. I don't really have any girlfriend, so I don't know. But if you could have, if you could kind of like a something really, um, if you could kind of like a something talk to yourself, probably you would understand even more better. Okay, yeah. Why I'm saying this thing is because it's essential. Why it's so essential? Well, first of all, is that first talk to yourself, dude. Okay, yeah. But why I'm kind of like a putting all those gravity regarding about just this thing, like a talk to yourself, vagara vagara. I don't know. Yeah, like this is the technique that I try. It worked for me, and probably it's gonna work for you as well because I experienced this thing. So yeah, it will definitely gonna work. Okay, yeah. So if you wanted to control your emotions and everything, definitely you should supposed to be talk to yourself and then yeah, record this thing. Okay, yeah, record kind of like a such a like okay, let me tell you one thing, what should you supposed to do. Okay, yeah. So at the beginning you have mobile phone. Okay, yeah, you have mobile phone, that's why you are hearing this thing. Okay, as also is this thing that if you are hearing this thing, that means you have kind of like a something high high kind of like a something high, what is exactly high means like high in attention span. Okay, higher attention span. Okay, what's the attention span? Attention span means like that you are kind of like waiting for particular moment to get that particular thing. Okay, yeah, you are not kind of like a simply instant gratification person. means like that you are usually talk a long form of video as compared to a short form of video, so that's why you are watching this thing. So you do get it, na? Yeah. So first of all is that what should you supposed to do? Okay, you have mobile phone, obviously it has a audio recorder thing. Okay, yeah, go to the chat gpt and basically is this thing type key, ask me 100 questions. Okay, yeah, then chat gpt is actually asking you kind of like 100 questions. You should supposed to ask this question to yourself. Okay, like who am I, what is actually my core value, what is actually this and that. At the beginning you have to record your audio by yourself. It kind of like a something very, it feel little bit of cringy at the first time, cringy, or you are not literally comfortable with talk to yourself. But trust the process. Okay, trust this thing. If you being continuously for almost like a month, then probably you would kind of like a something understand and gravity of everything. So yeah, and it not just kind of like a something controlling the emotions, it's kind of like a something just everything. All right, yeah. Another thing is that exercise. All right, yeah. Do exercise. um if you are do exercise, it's kind of like something really good. Another thing is that be occupied. Occupied means like that ki don't like your emotions are kind of like exaggerated when you are kind of like a thinking. Okay, or when you are kind of like a something how don't really have kind of like a something work to do, so you just kind of like a something sitting and thinking about this thing, then you are kind of like emotions are exaggerated on yourself, then this might gonna something really wrong. Okay, yeah. So have a purpose. Okay, yeah, and you have to fulfill that purpose, and you have to occupied with all those things. Okay, occupied with the work and your purpose and everything. So that's why you are kind of like a little less time to think about the emotions and everything. All right, yeah. Basically emotion should supposed to be happen at that moment when the situation is happened, like basically like there is a couple of people who are actually kind of like making fun of each other, wagera wagera wagera. Okay, you are in that particular person, just enjoy that particular moment. You are with your friend, enjoy that particular moment. When you are in dj, enjoy that particular moment. Okay, when someone is actually telling the sad story, enjoy in that particular moment. Okay, yeah, but don't think about that after a while, no. Yeah, just like you enjoy that moment, you present in that emotions, you present in that moment, and just like that's it. Okay, yeah, forget it, and that's why. Okay. First point is that self talk. Another thing, exercise. Third thing, be occupied, like a have a purpose, have a kind of like a kind of like a something busy on things. All right, yeah, and that's it. Okay, yeah. um Still, if you have kind of like a something burden, or if you have kind of like a something want to know feedback about some certain person, about what does they thinking, then probably talk to the people, talk to your friend, or kind of like a something your girlfriend, boyfriend. You might gonna feel really good. Okay, yeah. So this is how I kind of like a something control my emotions or manage my emotions. All right, yeah. You could do meditation too, but I haven't really done the meditation, so I'm not really sure how it works. All right, yeah. Next question.